Early tech analysis of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition reveals frame rate and resolution.
Oh
It's caused a
boy.
lot of controversy on the Twitters.
I bet it did.
Got people like Wood from the YouTube channel Beat 'em Ups in trouble. Based on the footage and screenshots we've seen so far, this is again Nintendo Life, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a stunning looking game, but what technical sacrifices does it make to achieve this level of beauty? While normally we'd have to wait until this release date to find out how a game runs, performance details and footage of the Definitive Edition have already been shared online, as you can see in the following video uploaded by YouTube channel Jansen Benchmarks. This new version appears to run at 30 frames per second in docked mode and undocked mode. That's not even the controversial part, Will.
Blaspheme.
According to the Twitter user Maza Grader Dev, these people need to have more, fluid names. The resolution in the Definitive Edition is the same as Xenoblade Chronicles 2, dynamic 504p to 720p in docked mode, and 378p to 540p in handheld mode. A sharpening filter featuring a couple of new options has also been applied, but it's said to be far less, quote, aggressive in the Definitive Edition. And the tweet says, according to leaked Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition configs, all right, this is too technical, I'm not reading all this. Little correction in docked mode, 504 to 720. So yeah, it runs at a really low resolution. Now, the reason this was really controversial is because it supposedly only runs that low, like at 378p. It only runs that low very rarely. Like, I guess if there's like a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It seems like the frame rate's consistent. In this YouTube video, I'm seeing a boss battle, and it's a steady 30. Which is probably why it's locked at 30, so that it can be steady. I want to know that frame rate, though. That's another thing. The dynamic frame rate is there to make the dynamic resolution is there to make the frame rate more smooth. And
yeah,
personally, I would much rather have a dynamic resolution than a dynamic frame rate.
Isn't that the same reason why, like, doesn't The Witcher have something similar on the Switch? Or is that just run at a low resolution?
I don't know. I know Overwatch does.
Yeah.
Overwatch has it on all consoles. This only showed frame rate. I want to see the resolution. Actually, there was a part where the frame rate kind of went a little dippy, just a little. Oh, there it is. It looks like it dips in menus, but you can't really tell by that though, because it pauses the game, so of course it's gonna dip. I mean, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
Just because the frame rate can dip low if there's a lot going on doesn't really mean anything. I mean the I keep saying the wrong thing. Just because the resolution dips doesn't mean it's a garbage game and you shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people saw this, the 378, and just jumped to its defense and was like, "No, that's not a big. It only does that like 1% of the time. It's not a big deal." It's like, hey man, nobody's really upset. Like, people who are gonna get this game are gonna get it regardless. They're not, really worried about the technical aspects of it. I'm trying to pull up the Woods tweet here about it because he was. Oh, here it is. It goes to show just how successful the Switch is when Nintendo can throw out a game at 378p in 2020, and we are all still excited to play it. And people were very mad at that tweet for some reason. Oh, because it only runs at 378p like 1% of the time.
Yeah.
And then I said, how dare you put a positive spin on a game's shortcomings? So any thoughts, Will? How about a yes and, like this is an improv show?
I mean, look, Nintendo, whenever they make a game, like all the technical stuff they do is for a reason. Like ideally, yeah, they would probably have it run at like 1080p 60 if they could. But obviously, they wanted to hit 30 for whatever reason. And so they have the dynamic, resolution shifting to accommodate that. And then, most developers do that. It's nice to see them prioritizing a smooth frame rate over, the resolution.
Yeah, I'd much rather that. This is the third version of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah. So
I think it was Wii. Let me just pull it up so I don't get this wrong. Yeah, Wii, 3DS, and now Switch.
Yes.
So 3DS, not the definitive edition.
Clearly.
I mean, also that required the new 3DS. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was one of the only games that required you to have the new 3DS because it needed a lot of horsepower. So yeah, this is a freaking Wii game, dude. Yeah. And a 3DS game. So
well, I guess that raises the question, if it is a Wii game, why is it only running in 378p at lowest? Why can't it run at a higher resolution?
I mean, I don't want to speak out of term here, but it's probably running on a different engine.
Oh,
here we go. According to the wiki, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, a remake of the original game, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, was announced in September 2019 during a Nintendo Direct presentation. In addition to enhanced visuals, updated controls, remastered music, and other quality-of-life improvements, Definitive Edition also includes a new epilogue titled Future Connected. Set 1 year after the main game's events, is scheduled to be released on Nintendo Switch. So it's a remake.
It's basically a new game.
Yeah, it's a complete remake. I'm going to say it's probably running on the stuff that the last Xenoblade game ran on.
Okay. Makes sense.
Can I get a list of Xenoblade games?
There's a lot. There's Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Then that's related to the Xenosaga and Xenogears.
Was there not one on the Switch?
I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the one on the Switch.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just going to... Can you hear that?
No.
The dog, has a little rubber thing that he's just eating away at. Yes, it's probably using the same stuff as Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Is what I would guess. So, It's probably really pretty. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a Xenoblade guy. It looks like there's a lot going on. It looks like a world that takes forever. Oh, I remember hearing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 taking 100 hours to beat or something.
Jesus.
How long to beat? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Main story, 65 hours. Main plus extras, 107 hours. Completionist, 259 hours.
That's too long for a game. I'm sorry. There's no way.
So
a friend of mine has told me he has beaten Breath of the Wild, and I keep telling him he's lying to me.
Well, yeah, you just get all 4 divine beasts and you fight Ganon.
He's like, yeah, and I beat all the shrines. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Did he fight Ganon?
No, he never said.
You gotta ask him before Ganon.
I'm gonna call him out on this. I'm gonna call him out on air. Alex, did you beat Ganon?
Supposedly you don't. You also, I know, I'm only saying this because I know people in the chat are gonna say it. You don't have to defeat the divine beasts to fight Ganon. But it makes your life 1,000 times easier.
You can go immediately from waking up to fighting Ganon. I know that, but don't.
Yeah, don't do that unless you're a speedrunner and you've beaten the game already. Okay, so that's it. Xenoblade Chronicles apparently runs at a very low resolution, even if it's not. I mean, the standard resolution of 504p, is it?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not the 540p. No, wait, that's wrong. Yeah, 540p undocked is the highest resolution. That's pretty low. But it looks fine. It looks fine in the footage that we have here. So I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm sure everybody will enjoy it just as much as they enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or the original game.